11 years in, the World Baseball Classic has become something undeniable. A tournament that's revered, established, and celebrated around the world. Stadiums overflow with fans, while broadcasts translated into dozens of languages have become appointment viewing. Watched by millions from all corners of the globe. And the star power on the field has never shined brighter. The game's best, playing with national pride under their national banner. Every matchup, a stage. Every inning, a proving ground. A chance to compete in some of the best baseball anywhere on the planet. Japan set the gold standard early, claiming the first 2 championships. Then the Dominican Republic raised the bar even higher, running the table in 2013, perfect and untouchable, cementing themselves as the undefeated kings of the diamond. But now, in 2017, the story is still being written. The field is wide open. The Netherlands, sharper with every classic, now threaten the game's biggest powers. Puerto Rico, the previous tournament's runners-up, hungry to take that final leap to baseball immortality. And Team USA, always the heavy favorite, still clawing for its first championship opportunity. But they're not alone. Each nation chasing the crown, each nation daring to believe. This is the World Baseball Classic, where nations rise, legends are born, and baseball history is made. In South Korea, baseball is everything. And for the first time, the World Baseball Classic lands in Seoul. Few nations on earth embrace this tournament quite like the South Koreans. At the heart of the city, a gleaming sky dome hums with sky-high expectations. Semifinalists in 2006, 1 win short of a title in 2009. Now ranked 3rd in the world, South Korean fans know the only goal is gold. But one game at a time. Tonight, the perennial powerhouse opens against tournament newcomer, Team Israel. It's a defensive showcase throughout. And no one's putting the show and showcase quite like Rockies prospect Scott Burcham. The 1-1 stalemate spills into extras, where Burcham proves his bat is as clutch as his glove.
Grounded. Nice play at second. Can he make the play? No throw, and Israel has a 2-1 lead. On the infield single by Scott Burcham.
A tournament packed with surprises from the start, as Israel upsets Korea 2-1.
Team Israel wins it in 10 innings.
We have some of the best guys in baseball. We've got great people on this team, and that's why we're out here doing this, to see, where we stand in the world, and, we're just out here trying to be competitive.
Next up for Israel, a Chinese Taipei squad riding the high of 2013 when they reached the second round for the very first time. In 2017, they hope to take that next step.
That is gone, and it's 15-3 Israel.
If Israel's narrow win over Korea was a splash, this one's a tsunami. 15 runs scored, 20 hits, the second most in tournament history.
And Team Israel, in their first World Baseball Classic, has beaten Korea and Chinese Taipei to improve to 2-0.
While a newcomer shakes up the pool, a familiar power restores order. In 2013, the Netherlands came 1 win shy of the championship final. Now, with the lineup overflowing with returning stars, they're built to go the distance. And against South Korea, they waste no time making their case. Simmons.
That'll score a run.
Bogarts.
What an electric bunch.
Profar.
Sayonara!
All firing in rhythm to blank the hosts 5-0. South Korea's dream of gold pushed to the next classic. The Netherlands offense only heats up from here. Against Chinese Taipei, Vladimir Valentin scorches everything in sight with a 4-for-4 performance.
Drilled through the left side. My goodness, he has squared it up 4 times.
But the spotlight belongs to Yankee shortstop Didi Gregorius. In just his second World Classic game, he rips not 1, not 2.
That's his 3rd double of the game, and none bigger. We're tied at 5.
Setting the stage for Jurickson Profar. Patient, poised, and with bases loaded, he draws the rare walk-off walk to send the Dutch into round 2.
And the Kingdom of the Netherlands is on its way to Tokyo.
But there's no time to celebrate. Pool A supremacy is on the line. Waiting for them is another unbeaten nation, the tournament's surprise darlings, Team Israel. Israel's 6'8" Nate Fryman tees off with an RBI double in the first. But in the 8th, he walks into one of the Classic's most viral moments when the towering slugger goes toe-to-toe with an even taller giant, 7'1" Dutch pitcher Luc van Mil.
Likely the tallest matchup ever between a batter and a pitcher in a professional baseball game.
Still, the biggest surprise of the night belongs to Team Israel. They win 4-2, sweeping Seoul and booking their ticket to Tokyo alongside Team Netherlands.
A lot of people saw us as huge underdogs, but we never saw it that way. You know, in baseball, anything can happen.
And if past classics have taught us anything, once play shifts to the round of 8, stories can flip in an instant. In Tokyo, as in every tournament before, the cathedral of Japanese baseball, the Tokyo Dome, once again plays host to the World Baseball Classic. But this year is different. For the first time, Japan returns without the world crown. Still, one constant remains: expectation. But first, there's another powerhouse to contend with. Fans in Tokyo can't help but think of gold when Japan's opener reunites them with Cuba, the very team they beat in 2006 to capture their first world title. In 2017, Cuba shows fight from the start, but Japan escapes with a clutch double play to end the threat.
Sakamoto's turn is in time.
Moments later, the host nation strikes.
Breaking ball to right, and Japan is on the board.
Cuba answers in the 3rd when a young Yoelqui Cespedes doubles, then comes around to score. The 19-year-old younger brother of Yoenis Cespedes flashes confidence beyond his years with 3 hits in the game. But on this night, Japan takes full command. Sakamoto drives in a run in the 5th, and then Nobuhiro Matsuda, Japan's number 8 hitter, delivers the knockout blow, a 3-run blast that sends the dome into chaos.
Gone! Matsuda! My goodness!
Pool B's eventual MVP, Yoshitomo Sasugo, piles on in the 7th with a towering shot of his own. The dome shakes, the scoreboard swells, and Japan once again storms past Cuba, 11-6. From there, Team Japan keeps rolling. China, handled. Australia, trickier than expected, but handled all the same. For the first time ever, Japan goes 3-0 in first-round pool play. The Tokyo Dome faithful savor every second.
結果は出ましたけど、これから本当に厳しい戦いが続いていくと思いますし、もう1次ラウンドはもう終わったので、次の戦いに向けて準備をしたいです。
For Cuba, their loss to Japan leaves no margin for error. Win out or go home. Against China, they don't hesitate. The arms, sharp. The bats, relentless. A 6-0 shutout keeps their hopes alive. Setting up a winner-take-all clash with Australia. A nation fresh off an 11-0 win over China, now 1 win away from history. Against Cuba, the Aussies strike first.
Despaign's throw, and he's in there!
Their defense rises too. Bases loaded in the 4th, double play, inning over.
Home for 1, on to first for a double play.
But the very next inning,
2-1 to Despagne, bags loaded. Way gone! A grand slam!
Australia claws back with runs in the 7th and 8th to cut it to 1. But in the end, Cuba survives 4-3.
He got him, and Cuba is on to the 2nd round.
For Australia, the what-if lingers. Take away one swing, and maybe it's their story. But it's Cuba who survives, joining an undefeated Japan in round 2. Pool B closes not with surprises, but reminders. Japan is still Japan, and Cuba still as dangerous as ever. Half a world away in Miami, the air hums with flags, noise, and expectation as 4 more nations converge on the diamond. The Dominican Republic enter as reigning undefeated champions. Robinson Cano, Manny Machado, Jose Bautista, Nelson Cruz. Names with weight, bats with thunder. They're not just defending their crown, they're daring anyone to try and take it. Against Canada, it's clear they haven't lost a step. Machado, a gravity-defying grab that borders on the impossible.
Freeman with a shot and a great play off third by Manny Machado.
And you see his reaction time. That ball was hit on the barrel.
Bautista, he does it all.
Joey Bat swings and sends a high, deep drive into the night, and gone!
The champs cruise 9-2. Different year, same Dominican fire. The other headliner is Team USA, star-studded as always. Adam Jones, Giancarlo Stanton, Paul Goldschmidt. Fans across the states are saying this is the year the Americans can win it all. But Colombia says, not so fast. They may be new to the World Baseball Classic, yet from the jump, Colombia shows its firepower. White Sox ace Jose Quintana looks untouchable. He carries a no-hitter deep into the game, thanks in part to Tito Polo, who's patrolling center field like a man possessed.
The center field, but tracked down by Tito Polo.
In the fifth, Colombia jumps on the board first.
Out to center field, Jones is on the move, and it's over it. Colombia cracks the scoreboard first on back-to-back two-out doubles.
1 inning later, it's the Americans' turn.
2-2. A swing and a miss. It gets away from Solano. Here's the run to score, and to throw to first is not in time! And it's on a pass ball strikeout that the Americans tie it in the sixth.
The game pushes past regulation, setting the scene for a jaw-dropping finish.
Adam Jones delivers! And the U.S. walks it off to open pool play in Miami.
Adam Jones walks it off, setting up the battle of the unbeatens that Miami's been clamoring for. The atmosphere, World Series level intensity, a record crowd, nearly all wearing red, white, and Dominican blue. But Marcus Stroman quiets the noise early, carving through the heart of the Dominican order.
Marcus Stroman brilliant tonight.
By the bottom of the sixth is 5-0 USA, a dream start with the Americans in full control of the game. Until Manny Machado happens.
Está sacando batazo enorme por el jardín izquierdo. Atrás la bola. Se fue para la calle Manny Machado.
Then, in the eighth, Nelson Cruz unloads.
Nelson Cruz saca línea profunda. Atrás la bola. Se fue para la calle Nelson Cruz. Arriba Dominicana. Viran el marcador y ahora están ganando 6 carreras por 5.
The champs remind the world they're never out of it. For Team USA, the loss is crushing. And with Colombia's win over Canada earlier in the day, a first-round exit for Team USA sits within the realm of possibility. On the final day of Pool C, Colombia smells upset. They push the Dominicans to the brink, with Jorge Alfaro tying it in the eighth with a sky-high blast.
La pelota en dirección hacia territorio del jardín izquierdo. Jorge Alfaro. Díganle que no esa pelota.
From down 5-0 to 7-5, then in the ninth, Oscar Mercado tags on a deep fly ball. The winning run, racing home, but Jose Bautista uncorks an absolute missile from left.
The throw to the plate. Mercado's out, and we're going to extra innings.
Sentenciado.
Wow, qué juegazo.
Jose Bautista crashes what would have been an unbelievable bottom of the ninth walk-off win for Colombia. Instead, the game goes to extras, and by the 11th, the Dominicans flood the scoreboard with a 7-run avalanche.
The Dominican Republic, all its firepower coming together to punch their ticket to San Diego.
The champs win 10-3 to advance to the round of 8 and extend their tournament win streak to an astonishing 11 straight.
We've been living a really good moment, a great time. Feel really good because the way that we've been playing.
Now for the Americans, the mission is simple. Defeat Canada to join the DR in San Diego for round 2. Jones, Arenado, Posey, Crawford all deliver.
The first order of business handled as the Americans shut out Canada and have advanced in the tournament.
We're really enjoying this time together, man. We love talking, hitting, we love working together, and we want to keep going.
The chase for their first ever World Baseball Classic title marches on. And on the other side of the continent, more than 2,000 miles away, Puerto Rico touches down in Guadalajara with unfinished business. This time they arrive with swagger, star power, and bleached blonde hair. But don't let the fun hair fool you. Beneath the gold dye is a roster built to win it all. Puerto Rico's biggest statement of the pool comes against the mighty Venezuelans. On the mound, Felix Hernandez and Seth Lugo. They trade zeros early, every pitch dripping with tension, until Eddie Rosario cracks it open.
A leadoff triple, first hit of the ball game, Eddie Rosario.
His triple in the third sparks the rally that knocks King Felix off the throne and out of the game. Correa does a little bit of everything, including a leadoff blast in the sixth.
And goodbye home run! Correa gets the dinger, and it is 3-0 Puerto Rico.
Molina fouls with one of his own. By the end, it's an 11-0 landslide. Against Mexico, Lindor sets the tone. Second batter of the game, 2-run blast.
Way back in right field. The question's how far? Goodbye home run!
By the seventh, the Cleveland superstar is back for more. Another deep ball into the outfield stands. Same effortless swing, same trademark smile as Puerto Rico's blonde bombers roll to a 9-4 win. Up next, Italy. Another day, another 9 runs on the board for Puerto Rico. Italy flashes the same competitive spirit that carried them to their first ever round of 8 in the last Classic. But they're just no match for the power of Carlos Correa and the rest of Team Puerto Rico. 3 games, 3 wins, a masterpiece performance that sends a message to the rest of the field. Puerto Rico may be having fun, but they're not messing around.
Y no importa el que venga, nosotros vamos a jugar nosotros vamos a jugar la pelota que sabemos jugar y no importa contra quién estemos jugando.
But Pool D isn't all about Puerto Rico. Mexico and Italy deliver one of the wildest finishes of the Classic. It's a sea of red, white, and green, usually a welcome sight for the Italians. But here in Guadalajara, these colors belong to Mexico. No player feeds off the noise more than the team's smallest spark plug and biggest bat. 5'5" Esteban Quiros goes deep to open the game.
And goodbye, home run! What a way to start the game!
Then smashes another to right, looking to leg out a triple. He's thrown out by a mile, but not before putting another run on the board. Next inning, Hoppet Amador unloads one that fans in Mexico City probably spotted. The host nation's up 9-5 in the bottom of the ninth. Fans can almost taste their first win of the tournament. Key word, almost. Because the Italians miraculously string together hit after hit after hit, cashing in 5 runs.
Andrioli waiting on it. Andrioli's going to get one off the glove and rolls into right field. There's 1 run. Here comes the second. The throw to the plate. Not in time. Italy has won.
John Andrioli comes through with the dagger. A walk-off 2-run single to end the game. A comeback for the ages. The next game, the Italians do it again. Another 10-run performance. This time against one of the tournament's sharpest defenses. There's just one small problem. Venezuela rings up 10 runs of their own behind Marlins slugger Martin Prado's 5-hit performance. The most important coming into 10 when Jose Altuve scores from first to break the 10-all tie.
Altuve will score. Prado's got the double, and Venezuela's back on top, 11-10.
Venezuela survives 11-10 in an extra innings thriller.
Siempre estuvimos enfocados, nos quedamos en el momento y pudimos hacer el trabajo para ganar el día de hoy.
As Pool D draws to a close, Venezuela and a flawless Team Puerto Rico advance to the tournament's Elite 8. The second round of the tournament opens in the heart of the Pacific. Back in Tokyo, Cuba and 2-time Classic champions Japan welcome the Netherlands and the tournament's most unlikely unbeaten, Team Israel. The secret to Israel's stunning run? Sharp gloves, timely bats, strong arms, all true. But ask around the dugout, and you may hear another answer. The Mensch on the bench. Their unofficial team mascot has been on the bench every game, which is exactly where he is as Israel opens second-round play against Cuba in a true David versus Goliath matchup with a little bit of history attached.
Blasts one to left field. Gone!
Alfredo de Spain sends one deep to become the all-time World Baseball Classic home run leader. But Israel's got Ryan Lavarnway, Pool A MVP, first catcher ever to win it, leading the offense with a pair of hits, including a game-tying double.
Here comes Davis, and it's tied.
Behind the plate, just as dangerous.
And he's running on the first pitch. Lavarnway's throw is in time. He's out.
Fueled by Lavarnway's all-around play, the first-time Classic competitors pull a rabbit out of the hat once again.
Ground ball short. This should do it. Israel. Can you believe it?
Defeating Cuba 4-1 to stay undefeated. With Israel suddenly looking like a real contender, Tokyo's marquee clash, Japan versus the Netherlands, feels even bigger. Both sides know, drop this one and the path forward gets narrow. The Stars get to work early. Sho Nakata sets the tone with a double, then scores the game's first run.
Runner tags from third, Nakata scores.
Jonathan Scope matches with a solo blast to tie it up.
Jonathan Scope, a rocket out of here, and his teammates spill out of the dugout.
Nakata doesn't wait long to clap back, lighting up the dome minutes later with a multi-run moonshot of his own.
Gone! Three-run shot, Sho Nakata!
But the Dutch come roaring back.
Ballantine, a blast! Gone! My goodness, it's tied.
Not in 5-all in the fifth, a familiar face takes the stage. Sharon Martis, the only pitcher in Classic history to throw a no-hitter.
Oh, the no-hitter! A no-hitter for Sharon Martis.
But on this night, 2006 feels like a lifetime ago.
And it's by Simmons into center field.
Japan reclaims the lead, but the Dutch won't go away easily. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Game over, or so Japan thinks.
Ground ball, base hit! They've tied it, and the Dutch have come back.
Scope does it again, lacing a game-tying single that sends it to extras. But in the 11th, Nakata's back for more. Line drive single to left brings home 2 as Japan hangs on to close out nearly a 5-hour instant classic, keeping pace with Israel. Before the two unbeatens can meet, Israel first runs into a Dutch team seething over their loss to Japan, and the Netherlands aren't about to become the next chapter in Israel's Cinderella story. Unfazed by their opponent's 4 straight wins, the Dutch come guns blazing with 4 straight runs in the 4th, behind Simmons, Ballantine, and Didi Gregorius, who fires off a monster 3-run blast.
Gregorius empties the bases.
Not even the mensch on the bench can water down this offensive explosion. The Dutch put 12 runs on the board to hand Israel their first loss of the tournament. While one undefeated streak ends, another rolls on. Against Cuba, Japan's Tetsudo Yamada completely takes over. 2 swings, 2 home runs.
Gone! Tetsudo Yamada's second homer of the ball game.
A slugging clinic on the biggest stage. Japan wins it 8-5. Then in the Pool E finale, future Met star Kodai Senga blanks Israel across 5 innings of work, allowing just a single hit.
Kodai Senga has been incredible for Japan.
Meanwhile, Yoshi Susugo bangs a solo shot off the side of the Tokyo Dome, sparking a 5-run 6th inning.
Japan strikes first, and it's the mighty Susugo. And it's over. Japan is headed to Los Angeles.
Japan cruises 8-3 to stay perfect and advance to the championship round for the 4th straight time.
やっぱり、第1ラウンドから、第2ラウンドをね、1試合1試合を戦っていく中でみんなでねチームワーク良くなってね本当に強い、チームができていると思うんで。
The Netherlands will join them in Los Angeles as well. As the spotlight shifts, will Japan claim a 3rd championship title? Could the Netherlands, perennial disruptors, shock the world and taste championship glory for the first time? Or is something completely different in store for the Final 4? San Diego, California. Sunshine, salt air, and a splash of blonde. By now, it's not just a hairstyle, it's a movement. Puerto Rico's improbable run sparks a hair dye craze from Miami to San Juan and across the Pacific coast. For the blonde bombers, it's more than a look. It's a bond, a statement, a symbol of unity. And as the unbeaten streak rolls on, the fever only spreads. But there's another undefeated nation swimming in this pool, the defending champions, the Dominican Republic. Opening night delivers an absolute banger, a rematch of the 2013 championship final. First inning, bases loaded jam. Rosario Fields fires home.
And
And then the defining play. Nelson Cruz breaks for second. Molina fires a laser. Baez points mid-throw, celebrating before the ball even gets there. The tag, no-look perfection. Pure magic from the star infielder they call the Magician.
Throw down at second base is in plenty of time to get Nelson Cruz, who's never had a chance.
The clip goes viral. Brash, audacious, unforgettable. It's everything this team represents. And it all started with a cannon for Molina. The scoreboard reads 3-1, but it feels like more because Puerto Rico hands the Dominican Republic their first classic loss since 2009. One of the greatest streaks in international baseball snapped in San Diego. Meanwhile, Team USA takes its first swing of the pool against a stacked Venezuela lineup. On the mound, Drew Smyly deals 8 strikeouts, pure confidence.
Drew Smyly ends his night with 6 consecutive strikeouts.
Yet even brilliance bends.
Robertson's payoff pitch home, and Odor swings and sends a high drive to right. 2-0 Venezuela.
And by the 8th, Venezuela leads. The U.S. is fading. Then hometown hero Adam Jones steps in. The 5-time All-Star and San Diego native unloads.
Jones with a big drive to left field. Perez on the move, and it's gone!
Tying the game with a blast that rattles Petco Park to its core. 3 batters later, Eric Hosmer, future San Diego Padre, crushes a 2-run bomb. Just like that, the tide flips.
Boy, does Eric Hosmer love swinging the bat at Petco Park.
3 quick outs later, the Americans seal the win.
And the U.S. is winners tonight.
Venezuela doesn't have long to recover. The next day, they walk right into the Lions' den against a Dominican team hungry to kickstart the brand new streak. In the field, Manny Machado continues to ball, drifting into the stands, then uncorking a rocket across the diamond to rob Miguel Cabrera.
I mean to tell you, you could just watch it all day and never get tired. Manny Machado is unreal.
At the plate, the old guard takes over.
0-2. Cano with a base hit into right center field. They'll wave Castillo around to score. And Robinson Cano comes through. Nelson Cruz takes him opposite field. And gone. His 3rd of the tournament.
By the 9th, the champs close it out the only way they know how.
Swing de Manica.
Arrows to the sky. The Dominican Republic celebrates the memory of 2013, alive and well once again.
La República Dominicana supera Venezuela.
Puerto Rico continues to roll, looking to match the DR's 2013 undefeated championship run. Against Venezuela, Puerto Rico unleashes pure chaos. 17 hits, a baseball classic team best.
Cañonazo profundo por el derecho.
As they win it 13-2.
Team photo time.
Then against Team USA, more fireworks.
Puerto Rico having some real early success tonight.
Buster Posey and San Diego's own Adam Jones both go deep.
Adam Jones with a shot to left. He got it! 1-run game.
But even their home runs aren't enough. Eddie Rosario, Yadier Molina.
Molina lines it to right. Another base hit. Correa scores.
And the Carlos duo, Beltran and Correa, all answer. Stacking numbers on the board and flashing leather in the field.
How about the play that Carlos Correa just made at third base? They're still undefeated in tournament play, and they're moving on to Los Angeles.
Puerto Rico takes down the Americans 6-5. This all sets up one final duel. The DR versus the USA. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. The Dominicans get after it early, jumping ahead 2-0.
Lined into right, an RBI base hit. And the defending champs take an early 2-0 lead.
But in the 4th, Giancarlo Stanton obliterates one.
Stanton to left! Good night now! There's the big fella!
117 miles per hour off the bat, denting the Western Metal Supply Company building to give the U.S. the lead. 7th inning, Machado drives one deep to center. It looks gone. It should be gone.
Running out of room, and he makes the catch!
But Adam Jones sprints, leaps, collides with the wall, and steals it back. A robbery so outrageous it becomes the stuff of world classic lore. Machado, his Baltimore Orioles teammate, tips his cap. Respect shared. The night belongs to Jones and Team USA, finally playing their best baseball in this, their 4th World Baseball Classic.
They've done it. The Americans have slayed the giant.
The champs are out. Team USA is in. San Diego's Pool F is the stuff of legend. The blonde phenomenon. Puerto Rico marches on undefeated. Team USA advances, still chasing a crown that always felt just out of reach, as the chase for immortality burns hotter than ever. For the semifinals of the 2017 Classic, the venue swings to Los Angeles, California. Amid the glitz and glam of Hollywood, distractions are everywhere. But the final 4 nations, Japan, Puerto Rico, the Netherlands, and the United States, they arrive more focused than ever. One went away from the championship final, one step from immortality. The opening act here in Hollywood, Puerto Rico versus the Netherlands. The Netherlands show their aggressive style of play from the jump, but it's their exuberance on the base paths that burns them. And holding the matches? Who else but Puerto Rico sensation Yadier Molina? First, he traps Andrelton Simmons in a rundown.
The throw down to second, and they've got Simmons in no man's land. Welcome to Yadi Molina's game.
The very next pitch, Jurickson Profar singles, but takes a little too long celebrating off the bag, and Molina makes him pay for it.
And Profar's out!
He just nonchalantly looks and says, okay, gotcha.
My goodness. You talk about running yourself right out of a game.
Puerto Rico appears to have everything in hand until Vladimir Valentin steps in and crushes a 2-run blast, his first of 3 hits on the night.
There's a drive crush to left. That's his 4th of the tournament. Well, how's this for a first inning?
The swing, thunderous. The helicopter bat toss, legendary. And the unapologetic pounding of the chest, pure, raw emotion. Showing just how big this moment is, how important this tournament is for the small European nation. Then it's Puerto Rico's turn to crank out some offense. The always smiling Francisco Lindor doubles, the first of his 3 hits on the night. Moments later, Carlos Correa launches a monster shot of his own to tie it up.
Carlos Correa! Díganle que no esa pelota!
Next inning, TJ Rivera clears the fence, moving Puerto Rico ahead 3-2.
A lo profundo.
Fast forward to the 5th, where the Netherlands run it back, just like they did in the first. Valentin cracks a double to set the wheels in motion. Puerto Rico puts on Jonathan Scope. Then Sean Zarega drills a shot into the gap. Valentin scores with ease while Scope barrels toward the plate.
Scope to the plate. The throw is in time to get him. Wow!
Another Dutch run zapped away. And in the center of it all, who else but Yadier Molina? Still, the damage is done, enough to knot it at 3, where the score stays until extra innings.
High stakes, the winner moves on in a tie game headed to extra innings in LA.
In the 10th, Puerto Rico turns to Seattle Mariners reliever Edwin Diaz, channeling thunder and lightning with every pitch to strike out the side. Then, in the 11th, he muscles his way out of a 2-on jam.
Hacia segunda, ahí hay 1, 2. Tercera doble matanza que completa Puerto Rico. Seguimos 3-3.
If there's any doubt how much this game means, the reaction from Diaz says it all. By the bottom of the 11th, the Blonde Bombers can no longer be contained. With Carlos Correa threatening on 3rd, Eddie Rosario steps in.
Rosario to center field. Profar makes the catch. Correa tags. The throw's too late, and Puerto Rico is moving to the finals.
Puerto Rico explodes onto the field, walking it off and locking in their second straight World Baseball Classic final.
Avanza a la final del Clásico Mundial de Béisbol. El corredor Puerto Rico.
We're doing it for Puerto Rico, man. We have a blast day in and day out. And I thank the Lord, and everybody that comes out and support us, everybody back home in Puerto Rico. We really appreciate it. We're doing it for them. We just try and stay humble. The job is not done. We got to continue to work as hard as we can.
The second semifinal match on the marquee, Japan versus the U.S. For the two-time champions, it's a stage they know well. They've won it all before, but after stumbling in 2013, the Samurai look to reclaim their championship throne. Across the diamond is a nation chasing history. Team USA, one win away from their first ever World Baseball Classic final. One of these powers will fall, but in Los Angeles, it's the rain that won't stop falling, and neither does the pressure. Early on, it's a defensive showdown. Tomoyuki Sugano carves through the American lineup, precise, relentless. Team USA's Tanner Roark refusing to blink.
On the ground to third, Arenado to Kinsler, room service double play ball, inning is over. Tanner Roark matching Tomoyuki Sugano.
3 innings in, the scoreboards read all zeros. Then the rain leaves its mark. In the slick conditions, a routine grounder from Christian Yelich skips off the glove of Kikuchi, a rare mistake that proves costly, and McCutchen makes them pay.
A ball and no strikes to the 5-time All-Star. Lined into left field, a base hit. They're going to try it with Yelich. He'll be waved around to score, and the U.S. strikes first in L.A. tonight.
But Kikuchi doesn't stay down for long. In the 6th, he finds redemption. Knotting it up 1-1. Still, the night belongs to the arms. Sugano punches out 6 before turning it over to Kodai Senga, who strikes out the side in the 7th. Japan's bullpen holds the line, but the Americans refuse to fade. In the 8th, Brandon Crawford reaches. Ian Kinsler doubles. Then Adam Jones hits a slow roller to third.
Shattered bat. Matsuda has trouble with it. The run scores.
With this in-between hop and the wet field, see how it just handcuffs them, and that's all it took. And that little bobble right there has given the USA the lead.
Ugly or not, on a rain-soaked night where the margin for error is razor thin, Team USA gladly cashes in. Manager Jim Leland calls on Luke Gregerson to finish it. Team USA celebrates drenched in rain and relief. For Japan, it's heartbreak once more. 2 straight classics ending 1 step shy. For the United States, it's history. At long last, they've broken through.
Team USA going farther than they ever have in World Baseball Classic history.
It's some of the best players in baseball on this team, and to be able to hang out with them and compete with them, to learn some things, it's been a lot of fun.
In the Los Angeles rain, the burden feels lifted. The U.S. is bound for the World Baseball Classic final to face the still undefeated Puerto Rico. Under the bright lights of Dodger Stadium, the world gathers for the climax of the 2017 World Baseball Classic. Puerto Rico's passion meets America's ultimate pursuit, a global stage ready to crown a new champion. For Team USA, the wait is undeniable. The birthplace of baseball, yet never a World Baseball Classic crown, not even a trip to the finals. Yet here they stand, a roster full of stars led by the legendary Jim Leland in what will be his final game. For Puerto Rico, the moment feels familiar. It's their second straight World Baseball Classic final, but the island still awaits its first title. They arrive undefeated, 7-0, riding flair, energy, and bleached blonde hair that's made them the tournament's most electrifying team. Lindor, Correa, Baez, Molina, they already beat the U.S. once. They believe they can do it again.
We want to really win for Puerto Rico. Our people in our country are doing everything they can to watch this game. We just want to go out there and do a good job for them.
The night begins as a pitcher's duel. Marcus Stroman and Seth Lugo trading zeros through the first 2 innings. But in Hollywood, a script can flip in the blink of an eye, something Ian Kinsler proves when he steps to the plate with a runner on.
Lucroy stays put, Kinsler in the air, center field, and hit well. Back goes Hernandez against the wall, he leaps, and it is gone!
Pressure grows in the 5th. Kinsler and Adam Jones reach, teeing up Christian Yelich.
Yelich lines up base hit to right field. Being waved around is Kinsler. The throw is up the line, and it goes to the backstop. 3-0 USA.
Yelich's hit knocks Lugo out of the game. Andrew McCutchen follows, and suddenly it's 4-0 USA. But no lead feels safe. Not after the Americans gave up a 5-run cushion to the Dominican Republic earlier in the tournament.
It caps off an amazing comeback for Team Dominican Republic.
This time, Stroman makes sure to lock it down.
Rolled to short. Crawford to Hosmer. Another 1-2-3 inning for Marcus Stroman.
Top of the 7th, bases loaded for Brandon Crawford, who cracks a 2-run single to stretch the lead to 6. In the bottom half, Marcus Stroman strides up to the mound, commanding the moment. A no-hitter in the championship final, still very much alive.
Line, base hit for Pagan. The first hit of the night for Team Puerto Rico. It goes toward the corner.
Primer imparable de Puerto Rico. Va por 2 y va a llegar, va a ser doblete para Ángel Pagan.
Puerto Rico's double may have spoiled Stroman's run in history, but he exits to a crescendo of cheers. His masterpiece complete.
Done a terrific job for 6 innings, and he'll get a great ovation.
Sam Dyson ends the threat to the delight of Stroman and the rest of Team USA, who erupt from the dugout. Even with their team struggling at the plate and trailing for most of the night, Puerto Rico's fans never waver, fueling the stadium with excitement and unmistakable fire to the very end. Down to their last 2 outs, Angel Pagan lines a single off David Robertson, a late-game jolt of hope for Team Puerto Rico.
Sencillo para Ángel Pagan.
But Robertson tightens his grip, forcing Francisco Lindor into a sharply hit grounder to first. Now, with the nation's first World Baseball Classic Championship hanging in the balance, one final obstacle stands between the United States and history: Carlos Correa.
The 1-1. Arenado on the run. There it is. Team USA has won the World Baseball Classic.
The roar of the crowd is enough to shake half of Southern California. An 8-0 shutout, hard-fought and long-sought. The celebration is on. Marcus Stroman is named tournament MVP. His 6 innings of brilliance etched into World Baseball Classic lore.
That was fun. You can't beat this atmosphere in here. This feels, honestly, feels like playoffs, maybe even more so. So you're pitching with that country across your chest, and you feel that pride every time you go out there.
Christian Yelich, the young spark on a veteran-heavy championship squad, bats over 300, earning him a spot on the all-tournament team.
I mean, I just love playing with these guys. They go out every night, you know, doing anything we can to win. A bunch of grinders, and, you know, it's just an honor to go out there and honor our country.
Jim Leland, overcome with emotion, leaves the dugout for the final time, having led his team to the one title the United States had never claimed. Puerto Rico, whose only loss in the tournament comes on this night, is celebrated for its energy, their flair, and their brotherhood. The very epitome of what this tournament is all about. From Tokyo to Guadalajara, Seoul to San Diego, the noise was global, the pride unmistakable, and the message clear. The classic has become a classic. And the spectacle will only grow from here. The world's best gathering to chase the ultimate prize in international baseball.